Why am I in business? I'm in business because I like to help people, and this is just a wonderful way to be able to help people find health and wellness. It's not something that I want to do through some kind of agency or work with somebody else. I've done that all of my life, so working for myself and being able to help people one-on-one is really why I'm in business. So I grew up in England. I went to grammar school, and so I graduated at age 16, and after that I went to business college. And when I came to the States, I went to a local community college and took several classes because my business degree from England didn't count over here. But that really wasn't what I wanted to do, so I finally found my niche with the Institute for Integrative Nutrition in New York, and I went there and took their college classes on nutrition, holistic medicine, holistic wellness. And then I've since gone on to get a certification in wellness cooking instruction to help people learn how to actually cook as well in a healthy manner. And I continue to keep up my education hours and do classes very often. Well, I've been in this business for 4 years. Although I was allowed to do some business while I was still in school, so I was allowed to take on clients, so it's really more like 5 years. Prior to that, I've worked in law offices as a paralegal, and I've also worked in insurance as an insurance agent, and I've always stayed a long time wherever I've gone, so that's mostly what I've done. Being an entrepreneur, the advantages are that you work for yourself and you don't have to answer to anybody else. You're on your own time schedule. You can be flexible, whereas you can't if you're working a full-time job. So, being an entrepreneur can be very tough, but it can be very rewarding. I market my business in several different ways. I do advertise locally. If we have events coming up, I advertise on local platforms. But I do a lot of social media work, live stream, YouTube. I market myself through going to network places, and I also am the president of the Holistic Chamber of Commerce, so that gives me a great way to network with other people, and especially like-minded holistic professionals. Technology has had a huge impact. At one time you were limited to seeing people one-on-one in your home or in your office. Technology has just allowed the world to open up for us. There's video conferencing, so you can meet with people from all over the world. You're not limited to a location, and it's just really become the way to do business for small business owners. Yeah, my husband actually is a great source of wisdom. He's especially great with finances, so that really helps. And I generally have a business coach that works with me in certain areas, or if I'm lacking in something, and I have quite a few mentorship programs that I belong to. So there's always there somebody to kind of help you along or answer questions or keep you accountable. Yes, especially here in Florida. Different states are set up different ways, and Florida happens to be what they call an orange state, which is why a health coach isn't licensed. So we have ethical concerns with what we're allowed to say and what we're not allowed to say. Like, I am not a nutritionist, I am not a dietitian, I am not licensed, I'm certified, and I have to work within the parameters of what the guidelines for this state are. And I'm an ethical type of person, so I really try not to go outside of those lines and stay within what I'm able to do in my profession. I overcome them really by knowing, well, luckily I have a background in law, so that's kind of helped me with knowing how to be able to do the right ethical thing. And so like I can teach anything within groups. I can personalize a program within groups, but I can't if I deal with somebody individually. So one-on-one, I'm more of a mentor and coach, whereas with a group, we can set plans and we have a little more leeway. So it's just a case of knowing what the law is and making sure that you work within those parameters. Mostly I use social media. It's just become such a large platform. You're not just there with Facebook. I mean, Facebook's got live stream, which is great. LinkedIn is a great source, as is Instagram. But I also still do use one-on-one networking with the local people so that you can get to know people in the local area. And I've had press releases in our local newspapers and different interviews that they have done with me on the wellness business. So, locally as well as through social media, and I also try to do as many exhibitions as I can so that I can get my face out there. So my services are really all centered around meeting with people and coaching them in health and wellness and helping them with migraine headaches. It can be done by video conference, it can be done in groups, it can be done one-on-one in my home office, and sometimes I've met with people in a neutral place if they're more comfortable with that. So those are my services. It's coaching. I do them on a monthly basis, and then I have actual programs that are 12 weeks in length for people. And then I also do sell essential oils. I sell doTERRA products, and most of that is just to enhance people's health and well-being in a natural way, especially with migraines, because essential oils are just so wonderful at helping people with migraines. Well, I have a good business background, so that's really helped me with knowing how to be in business and run a business. But I think really the way that I was brought up, my parents were great believers in succeeding and being able to do whatever you wanted to do. And my family's always been very encouraging and very supportive in whatever I do. And I have always liked the counseling aspect in life, so this is perfect for somebody who likes counseling, because you're meeting one-on-one with people and talking to them about their issues and trying to solve problems for them. So I'm a good listener, and I'm honest with people. I don't mess them around and give them a story about what I can do. I don't promise things that just are not really true. Well, my current location is because we were in the military. Actually, my husband is from Florida. Obviously, I'm not. We traveled around the world, obviously. We did 22 years in the military, and our last base was here in Florida at MacDill Air Force Base. And by that time, the kids were in school. They were happy. They had friends. We were happy in the area, and it was home for my husband, so we stayed here. Well, there are many health coaches nowadays. It's a pretty much growing business. One of the things that sets me apart from people is the way that I work with migraine headaches. Not many people work with migraines. Not many people do so on a natural basis. The other thing is that I don't sell products as part of my business. I believe in doing things the natural way, holistically. Even with the diet, I make it sustainable and attainable for people. Don't promise things that they can't attain and can't sustain, because what's the point in spending all that money to lose weight or get healthy if you backtrack and go back the other way? So I want this to be long lasting for people. I learned from this interview that I still have a long way to go. I still have a lot that I would like to attain. I still am a bit nervous when it comes to doing videos, and yet on the other hand, I love talking to people, and I like being in front of the camera and being able to talk to a larger audience of people.